when you come back to Marston Green Parish Hall, things are going to be a little bit different. The first thing that you will notice upon arrival at the Parish Hall are lots of these signs, and it reads, if this door is closed when you arrive, please leave it open to avoid possible COVID-19 contamination caused by touching door handles. Only leave the door open if safe to do so, where there is no risk to young children exiting the building or for privacy concerns due to events taking place inside a room. Please close and lock the door as usual when leaving if you are last to leave. We're doing everything in our power to make sure that the least amount of door handle touching goes on as possible. So please, if you're the first to arrive in the building and if it's safe to do so, leave your doors open. When you come into the main foyer, you will notice that we have some newly installed hand sanitising units. There's one just over here, and there's another one just over here. We ask that everybody that enters the building hand sanitises upon arrival before entering any of the rooms. If the room that you're using is the Anne Dunkley Hall, you'll also see another notice on the door, again asking you to leave the door open if it's safe to do so. You'll also see that our Anne Dunkley Hall has become a one-way system. Let's have a look. Each floor marker represents a standing or seating position, and we can fit 36 people standing or sitting on each space in this room that do not come from the same household. We can also seat people in this room too, and we've worked out a room layout for our 6-foot rectangular tables. In our Anne Dunkley Hall, we've worked out that if we alternated seating so that it was like this, with the possibility of 2 people seating together that were from separate households, or like this, with a maximum of 6 people seated together from a support bubble or the same household, we could potentially get 56 to 60 people seated in this room at any one time. All of the aisle chairs should be faced away from somebody that would be walking past them to exit the room. So please think about that. If you're using this room and you're setting it up for your own event, make sure that the seat that represents an aisle is facing away from the person that would be passing by. Tables can also be reconfigured like so for meetings if this better supports your layout, especially when having to watch presentations, etc. on our projector screen. The yellow lines that you can see represent the bar queue, again distanced at 2 metres. So if you have this room or we have an event going on here and the bar is open, you will see this setup. The barriers, the lines, there's an additional serving hatch being installed in our new bar extension, and this is where you will queue. Although we are going to try to implement text message services once we are up and running. Over in the corner here, we have some stackable cones, and you can use these to make your own 2 metre distancing markers if the layout that we have here isn't suitable for your event. All we ask is that you bring with you a proper tape measure so that you can measure the correct distances before laying out your cones. Along either side of the room and across the stage, you will see these arrows pointing you in the direction of the exit and the way to the toilets. When using this room, simply follow the arrows and they'll take you out this way. Here we have our fire exit doors, but we ask that you do not leave via those doors as they can't be locked from the outside, so you could mistakenly leave them open. Instead, you would head this way down to our Mary Wilson room. Follow me. Upon arrival, if these doors aren't open, you should open them already as part of your setup to make sure that anybody else using them afterwards doesn't need to touch the door handles. And here we are, back at the entrance to the Anne Dunkley Hall, and just down the corridor are the toilets. Wherever there is a pinch point in the building, you'll probably see one of these signs, a passing point sign, and it's asking you to simply wait rather than passing somebody in the corridors. If you see one of these signs and somebody is walking towards you, please just stand aside and let them pass. We understand that having a one-way system in place may seem a long-winded affair when you only have a few people in attendance in the Anne Dunkley Hall, but we have to think of every eventuality for the room, and this is the fairest and safest way to make sure that everybody is treated the same and our pinch points are considered. Our Mary Wilson meeting room is currently not available for hire. This is because it is too small to support social distancing. It has been used as an exit point for our one-way system and also a furniture store, as we've removed all excess furniture from rooms to avoid temptation to create more seating capacity. From now on, only 2 people will be allowed in the kitchen at any one time, and it is compulsory for whoever is in the kitchen to wear a face mask at all times. The reason for this is that the kitchen is the most communal area of the building. We ask that this steel table is used as a roundabout, so if 2 people are in the kitchen, you simply go around it as a one-way system rather than past one another. Once we are back up and running, we intend to leave our dishwasher on, which is normally locked up, as a communal item so that everybody can use it and our glassware will be sanitised correctly. We ask that once you wash the glasses in the dishwasher, you leave them on the drainer and our staff will sort them out at another time. All hirers are being asked to bring with them their own antibacterial wipes or cleansing spray to clean down hard surfaces, door handles, chair handles and chair seats upon arrival and once they leave. The reason for this is that we can't always guarantee that our cleaning staff will be able to clean in between groups. We can leave a bottle of Dettol spray in the kitchen as we usually do, but we can't leave a cloth for you, as cloths need to be discarded after the first use. So, if you can bring your own materials with you, it helps keep the costs down to you because we don't need to reflect that in your rental. Our toilets all have notices on the doors, asking you simply to queue in the foyer if there are already too many people in the toilet, rather than queuing outside. All of the hand dryers in our toilets have been switched off to avoid water droplet dispersal. Instead, paper towels will be made readily available. In our toilets, both the women's and the men's, 1 sink in each has been taped up, so only 1 sink is available to be used. In the men's toilets, only 1 space has been made available at the urinal and 1 in the cubicle. All the other spaces have been taped up. So we ask that if you enter the room and somebody's already using it, please just wait back in the foyer. In the ladies' toilets, all 3 cubicles can be used because they are self-contained, but only 1 sink. So if you come out of your cubicle and somebody is already at the sink, please just wait back in your cubicle until it is safe to come out and wash your hands. Once you get to our lounge, if this is the room you're using, again you will see a notice asking you to leave the door open if it's safe to do so. This room, it's even more important to leave the door open as we can't make it a one-way system. Again, you'll spot another passing point notice. If you're using the lounge and you need to come out to use the toilets but somebody's already out here, just wait back inside the lounge until it's safe to pass. There have been some big changes inside the lounge and our capacity has been reduced from 60 to 22 in this room. You will see we've managed to increase our capacity by installing these vinyl curtain partitions between some of the seats. Wherever you see a yellow sticker, you may sit. If you don't see a yellow sticker, you shouldn't sit. And that's because we've measured 2 metre distances exactly for seating. Of course, this doesn't apply if you come from a bubble or the same household. Our chairs are positioned on top of a floor marker. The floor marker says, please do not move this furniture. The chair that sits on this sign has been positioned to keep exactly 2 metres apart from another seat. If there is a table in front of this chair, this too has been positioned by our staff. Please do not move the table or chair. Thank you. This table and this table have yellow stickers under the feet, so we ask that you try to keep those tables in the position that you find them. In this room, we do also have some more stackable cones, so you can use them for your own measuring and create your own room layout to suit you, as long as it's done so with social distancing. There is also a bar queue, and we've labelled the floor for that, much smaller than in the hall, so we ask that if there is already a significant queue at the bar, please just wait until it goes down before joining it. Every person attending either your group or your event must sign a register. We can provide you with one if you need it. We know that this isn't the most practical thing to do when you're holding your own private function, but it's necessary to implement the NHS test and trace system if necessary. The usual rules apply. Please do not attend the parish hall if you or someone you live with should be shielding. If you are suspected to have COVID-19 or have been confirmed to have it, naturally, you should not attend the building. Groups are being asked to make risk assessments if their groups are primarily made up of vulnerable people, and we have completed or in the process of completing a risk assessment on every single group that attends the parish hall. In the future, when we hold events here, whether it be a fundraising event or a private function, that too will need to be risk assessed. We hope that you can see that we've done everything possible to be COVID secure so that when we open for your function, for your group, for your conference meeting or whatever it may be, you feel safe in the knowledge that we've taken all the necessary precautions and that your safety and the safety of your visitors or guests is paramount. We can't wait to welcome people back to the parish hall whenever that may be. We look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you found this useful.